I read The Wayward Bus by John Steinbeck, published in 1947. It's always a great premise to put a bunch of people on the same bus. But how did Steinbeck do with it? Our story begins in Rebel Corners, California, at a gas station. A man named Juan Chicoy is the mechanic there and drives an old bus named Sweetheart. He's part Irish and part Mexican, and he's had a faith in the Virgin of Guadalupe since he was a child. His wife, Alice Chicoy, serves the food. This lunchroom looks a lot like a 1950s diner, though it's technically written in 1947. She's a stout woman who's angry most of the time and dislikes flies getting into the lunchroom. Juan is aided by the 17-year-old Edward Carson, who is known either as Pimples due to his acne, or as Kit after the frontiersman Kit Carson. Alice is aided by a young server girl named Norma, who has a love of the actor Clark Gable. The Pritchard family is on vacation. The father, Elliot Pritchard, is a conservative businessman. His wife, Bernice Pritchard, suffers from headaches. Their daughter, Mildred, is quite unlike her parents and wants to seek out strange experiences. Some other passengers include Edward Horton, and he's a young salesman of novelties. And there's an incredibly beautiful young woman named Camille Oakes, though that's not her real name. She claims to be a dental nurse, but really she's an exotic dancer. The names feel a little outdated, especially the names Mildred and Norma. Maybe they were cool in 1947, but the average person named Mildred today is probably 250 years old. Once you can read the names Norma and Mildred and picture young women, then you're set. These are the best characters I've seen in a while, so I'll give them 10 out of 10. The plot is pretty low stakes, though that's not necessarily a bad thing. The first chapter dumps too much information about Rebel Corners, without really any dialogue. The first third of the book gradually reveals the gas station, the employees, and the passengers. At the midpoint of the book, the bus finally leaves Rebel Corners. Heavy rains have caused the rivers to flood. 2/3 of the way through the book, Juan decides to leave his wife and run to Mexico, and deliberately gets the bus stuck in the mud. Juan walks on alone, and is followed by Mildred, and they make love in a barn. They eventually return to the bus, get it moving again, and deliver the passengers to their destination. I do wish the story followed one character's perspective rather than jumping between characters, but I think it's all done well enough. I give the plot a 6 out of 10. This might be the best prose I've read all year. It's pretty straightforward and easy to follow, yet it's filled with character. The descriptions of the bus, diner, and characters all really set the stage. I give the prose a 10 out of 10. This book is really unflinching in its sexual politics. It shows how women are jealous of each other and how men behave around attractive women like Camille Oakes. I really feel peripheral embarrassment for all the men getting rejected by Camille Oakes. I give the themes a 5 out of 10. Overall, I give the book an 8 out of 10.